Hey guys, Steve Welch here. I'm outside of a Tundra, but there's a lot of vehicles that will act the same way. And a few of you guys have had a question like this, so I'm gonna go ahead and answer it right now for you guys. All right, so I'm inside of the Tundra here. So what's the question? Well, a lot of people like to watch their fuel economy to see, you know, how good am I getting on the fuel that I'm using, right? Maybe it's to check a particular station. Does this station have better fuel than maybe another one does? It's a very, you know, it's something I do myself, right? Well, when you get your new Tundra, Sequoia, you know, like I said, a lot of them are set up this way. When you get your new one, it's actually set on total average. And I'm going to show you how that looks down here. So if you come down here, you're going to see where this, and I'll kind of hide this a little bit. But right here, it says total average, right? It does not say tank average or trip average. So what's the difference? Right, well, total average until you reset it, right? So from new until now, right? Until you reset it, that average is going to stay the exact same, but that's where your factory setting comes in. So if you have total average and you've got 20,000 miles on the vehicle, the likelihood that you're going to change 1/10 of a mile per gallon or more of a mile per gallon is pretty much zero. You know, every once in a while you're probably going to switch a little bit. The more miles you get, the less likely it is to actually change off of what the total is. And you can hold the OK button and reset the total, right? But I'm going to show you how to do all of this. All right, so you use these buttons right here, and you're going to go over to one side or the other. Sometimes I tell people just to hit the back button to start. But as you go to the right or to the left, you'll see you're going to get all the way over to where this little gear is here, right? And now the easiest thing to do is to go up, right? So you can go up or you can go down, but the easiest thing to do is to go up one time. You're going to get to your instrument panel settings, right? And you're going to hit this center button and press a hold OK. And now you're going to come down to where this leaf is, right? So it's the one thing, it doesn't say anything, it just shows you this leaf, right? And you're going to hit that OK button again, and here's fuel economy. You get 3 options. So you got trip average, total average, or tank average. Like I said, from the factory setting, it's going to be total. Well, if you want to know tank average, just go down with this button, right? You're going up or down, and hit OK. Once you hit OK, now it's going to go back here. You go back. Now this one's a brand new car. It's got 7 miles on it. Obviously, you're not going to be a whole lot different. But now it says tank average, right? So, and then to reset this, obviously, it's going to watch how much fuel's in your tank on the tank average. So you're going to fill up your tank. Once you fill up your tank, that's going to go back to 0 as soon as you leave the gas station. So that's your tank average, right? Well, if I go back to where I just showed you how to get to, I'm going to go back to this settings menu again. I'm going to go up, hold OK here, go back down to the leaf, the exact same thing I just showed you, fuel economy, and now I'm going to go to trip, all right? And I'm going to hit OK, and now I'm on trip average, right? So I'm going to back out of this, hitting my little back buttons, right, and go back to the main leaf here. So there's the trip average, right? Now let me go back over here, but you can see how it says trip, right? So now if we go back again, I'm going to end up going back to the same gear, and go up one, press and hold OK, go back down to your leaf right here, fuel economy again. So then I'm going to go to total average, which is back where we had initially started, right? I'm going to go backwards on these screens, go back over to my leaf over here, and see where it says total average, and you can press and hold OK to reset there. Now I've reset the total average right here. Now the trip average, if you see the trip average back on there, you'll notice there's no OK. So now I'm going back over here. All right, so back into the fuel economy menu again. If you go to trip average, right, which is the one that's right on top, right there, trip average, and you come back and you're going to back out, right? And I'm going to go back over to the leaf here. What you're going to notice is that trip average, there's no hold to reset on there. Well, trip average is going to be where you basically, it's going to do it while the vehicle's running. So as soon as you shut the car off, and you go again, the trip average will reset. So really the total average is what you use for what most people use trip for. The trip average is what you're using more or less for a short script. So you're driving and you've used a quarter tank of gas and you're trying to figure out how much you're doing on that quarter tank of gas. That's kind of what the trip average is. So it's just in it, and then until you get out of the car the next time and shut it off, that's your trip average. The total is the one that you're going to use if you're on a trip to Florida. You're going to be using 4 tanks of gas. You want to see what your average is over those 4 tanks of gas. That's what you use the total average for. Like I said, you can reset the total average. The trip average resets when you open the door, or sorry, the trip average resets when you shut the vehicle off and then turn the vehicle on again, that new cycle. So on until it's off is what's going to reset the trip. And then your tank average is reset when you fill the fuel tank. So there are 3 things that you're going to get when you're doing your fuel on your Toyota here. And that's why I wanted to show you guys exactly what that was and how that worked. So trip average, tank average, and total average, they're all different things, but you get your total average as a factory setting from Toyota. So hopefully that helped you guys out to understand how to use that and why your fuel economy might not be moving as you drive. It's probably that. So Steve Welch here. You guys have a great day. We'll talk to you soon. Bye.